I like the music in this game.
I don't.
Blabbity 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 blabbity.
Looks like Donald Duck with a green hat. Which one?
Green one, Chris.
Oh, I didn't read.
We keep an eye out for stuff on sale that could be given to her friends when they had birthdays.
Wow, they are in fantastic shape. Are those,
I'm
are
gonna
those
tell you a
original?
couple things. Yes.
What is this, my first shooter? Have they never made another shooter?
No!
All right, 1, 2, 3.
I don't know how to get out of here.
I'm not helping. I hit the button. I hit it. I did.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no! You'll pay for that, Rashane.
I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is.
Go up the hill, you stupid hedgehog! Tails can do it!
Boom. It's us. Believe it or not.
Oh, it is us.
Oh, can you tilt your camera down a bit?
Tilt my camera down?
Yeah, so your head's about in the middle of the screen. There you go. Whee! Did you post that we were live?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I have to.
You want to go ahead and do that? I don't know if anyone else is streaming, but...
Now everyone's done. Let's see. Announcements.
What's going on, DW? No, the intro is the old one. One that we've been running for a while.
Yeah, I changed over a lot of stuff. I have now a tank. I have a tank in the other corner because I had to get something out of the stupid tank I have over here because apparently my kids had the now the hindsight of walking into the reptile store when I was getting crickets for the animal, and they were like, "Oh my God, I want a crested gecko. They look awesome. I want." And I was just like, I did some research, and they're stupid easy. So I had the stupid tank up already because all the frogs croaked, and I was like, all right, whatever, and I got it. So now he's in there, and the other thing is in there, and I had to get another tank, so now I have 2 tanks. So games take up your room, tanks are taking up my room.
Well, mine's mostly boxes. You've got tanks, I got boxes. Boxes and boxes of stuff. Part of the problem, though, is trying to... Like, we sold stuff, and... Like, trying to figure out, okay, now that... Like, on Sunday, it's pretty much, let's box it up, put it back in the SUV, and let's go. But now that it's here, I got to pull stuff out and try to compact it. Not compact it, but consolidate. That's it. Try to consolidate boxes so there's not as many boxes with stuff in it, and not all the boxes are full.
Yeah,
There's like 2 intros.
It's like a lot of work.
There's the regular intro, and then there's the show trailer. Yeah, I mean it was a fun time. Definitely prefer not to be a vendor though.
You should show the video I sent you with that guy walking around, and then he shows you standing there talking to people. That's cool. I'm searching around for other videos where I can reference, but I saw the table, and I mean, yeah, and then of course, oh wow, so you had saw the video of those guys with those high price games and stuff. That was a bit ridiculous. Did you sell much? Oh, DW wants to know if you sold much.
I sold a decent amount, I guess. I mean, we made back what we spent and everything else. But
Yeah, that. I mean, so what? You enjoyed it. I mean, it was your first experience, so would you do it again?
not at SEGE. I'd do it again, but not at SEGE.
Why not?
One of the main reasons is because we sold a bunch of our games. It's mainly a gaming convention. Yeah, we sold some Transformers. We sold some of the Lego. We sold some of the Spider-Man figures. And some other stuff, but the main thing people are looking for is games. And we sold a bunch of that stuff, so I just don't think I'd have the games to do it. But also, since it is my favorite convention to go to, like, I didn't get to enjoy the convention for the most part.
Oh, that's right. But I mean, like, why is it your favorite convention?
It's just fun. There's lots of fun people to talk to, and you can talk to the vendors, you can talk to the other people there. I mean, I got to do that to an extent while I was stuck in the booth, but I wasn't able to just go
Weren't
out
able to do that.
and do stuff.
That stinks.
And I mean, I think I picked up one game on Saturday, and I was maybe away from the booth for like 20 minutes, and we got there at 8:30 Saturday morning. Say 8:30, and we left probably at like 6:30, and we were at the booth that whole time. And outside of, I went to the bathroom. I took a potty break once. Yeah, that was pretty much it. It was just crazy. It just
I mean, no, it's fun. Nope, it froze.
OBS froze.
Now we're back.
What?
I think we're back.
Let's try something else. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, I'm trying to
we
do
have
something while
commercials.
in the middle of all of this, so.
There we go. So I mean, it's nuts because, like, I would go. I mean, I was talking about it, saying like, oh, we should go, and stuff like that because the conventions here suck. They're overpriced. I think,
Uh-oh. We all staying. But while we're waiting for Saiyan,
just
and
to get into one of the.
you froze.
I froze.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I don't know if it was. I was saying like it was just too much. It's too much money.
Yeah, you were telling me it was $100, and
It's $100 for here.
Southern Fried for the 3 days is $80, $85 now. And I think we're just going up to 1 day for Southern Fried, and that's $25 just for the 1 day. Whereas
I've heard Southern Fried Gaming Expo is more of a. I think people go there and it's more of like a show off type of, John Riggs is there, another guy is there, Metal Jesus is
I'm not sure
there,
I don't think John Riggs and Metal Jesus have ever been there for Southern Fried.
Really?
Yeah, John Riggs was at Southeast Game Exchange, and I never saw him. Like there was
Oh,
people
wow.
that I would see walking around off at a distance, and like you'd look down, look back up, and poof, they were gone. I was like, and then I'd never see them again. I was just like, man, because I was trying to get, I don't know if you watch it, Retro Rick, trying to get, if I could find him close to the booth, get his attention. So I had that 4-pack of the Donkey Kong stuff from '99, and I was like, he might be interested in buying this for himself.
Did you even sell any of that?
I didn't sell those, but I did sell my one of the original Bionicle sealed canisters that I had. And that was $120.
My lord.
And that was like the last sale of Sunday. Like a guy just came up and he's like, "Oh, just boom, got hit by nostalgia and decided he'd pick that one up." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome!" I was like, is he serious?" Because so many people would look at him and get that nostalgia hit, and then they'd look at the price and just be like, "Ooh." I was like, "Yeah, the old ones sealed, expensive."
Really? That's crazy. That being like, because I looked at that video and I saw those games and I saw, because I'm after Dinosaur Peak, and they wanted 18, like almost $1,700 for it. I'm just like, are you insane? Like, what the hell?
Yep. So I've got the video up now, and I'm just gonna let it play for a bit. This is, if you can see the cursor, like this is our booth right here, right past
Oh,
this one.
Oh, there's the video up.
This is the art. The guy was selling his personal art, mostly of there's a lot of One Piece. There's a lot of anime stuff. That I saw a Johnny Bravo one. So that one's kind of neat, but I don't know what I would do with it, where I'd put it. But this is Aaron Thomas May. So you can see we're right there.
I don't know who that is.
But yeah, some really cool artwork. Was that Ratchet and Clank? Or no, that's not Ratchet and Clank. This was right behind us. So there you can see a bunch of the Lego. Fortunately, there was people kind of in the way. So
I honestly love that at conventions when people sell their artwork of the games and that stuff. I think that's really cool.
Empty booth between us, so didn't they came by to offer it to us for us to like use the space, but it was $100. And I was like, at that point in the convention, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna, if we're even gonna sell enough to recover what we've already spent. So, like, no, that's just too much. Especially because I'm pretty sure the booth had been paid for, and like the original people weren't gonna get their money back. And so it was like, you're double dipping there, and no, not a fan of it.
I saw the C of N60 of
So I saw the Blockbuster sign, the N64 one. I'm guessing that little tabletop arcade sold. I don't remember actually seeing that.
That's pretty cool. I wonder how much you wanted for that.
Actually, let's see. We're gonna speed this up some.
That Blockbuster sign is awesome.
It was. I forget. Like I got a picture of it. I don't know if you can make out the price tag, but it wasn't cheap. Because it looked like it was an original sign.
Probably.
I don't know if you could get your discs cleaned there. But yeah, the first day I picked up one game. I picked up Burnout for the original Burnout for the GameCube for $8. Sweet about. Hey, 99. Now those are like statues that somebody made of other statues. So these are like much more affordable.
Is that a legitimate Jeffrey head?
Yeah. Well, it looked like it because it was kind of a little bit rough and whatnot.
There was a lot of that too. I noticed in the video because I watched it with the slowdown. I was trying to check out prices, and the boxes of Rob, NES box Rob, is I at least counted about 8 of them at the convention. I
Really?
was very surprised. Yeah, very surprised about that. And because I was like I was saying, I slowed down the video and I was really watching this, trying to piece things out. And Rob was there was a lot of boxes, a lot of NES systems, tons of NES games too. What I noticed from the video. That's cool. I love when they put like little plushies and stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You never really find a lot like what's good is the balance between this and
Uh-oh.
video games. You can have like game room decor.
I'll turn that off while it's going to a stupid ad.
Oh, that's already on the ad.
Alright, so we'll jump back. I don't even remember seeing those. So I don't know if they just sold out of all of them or if I just completely missed it. Because I walked around a little bit, but just not
That's
really
awesome.
enough to see a lot of stuff. For one thing, I mean, I was there to sell more than I was to buy. But
Yeah, that's
let me
definitely a
see
given.
if it walks past one booth, like I sold most of, like Sunday morning they came by and picked up all my N64 games except for Robot on Wheels and Beast Wars Transmetals.
But overall, you definitely had a good time.
Oh yeah, it was fun. I mean, if you're a collector or a gamer looking to buy to pick up games and stuff, I definitely would recommend SEGE out. Oh.
Just look. Everybody just looks.
There was actually, we just passed one. A guy had
Yeah.
a little Lego set I picked up on Sunday morning before everyone started coming in. I think, oh, I think this booth, they have oftentimes have a bunch of like Japanese stuff too. I looked a little bit. And actually, I think they came by and picked up some stuff from my booth also.
Wow, those are some insane prices. Jeez.
Yeah.
I have that super. I have that.
So
Super
there's the
Nintendo
one that has
controller.
all the rare stuff in it. That has
Yeah.
it has the Hagani prototype down there, James Buster Douglas boxing, sculptor's cut. There's a Hagani, and then there's one that's I think is a prototype. I got some pictures of that one. Castlevania, Chrono Trigger, which actually that looked like that was Prin that just walked by. She got away from the booth at some point. I'm pretty sure that's her. Nope, that's not her. It was a Kirby shirt, not a Princess Peach shirt.
That is insane. I mean,
Oh, I didn't even see that side.
Yeah. Look, I mean, he has them. He has them like strategically set up like,
Yeah.
all over the place.
But I didn't even
There
like
was
I saw the
another
one
video.
corner, but I didn't see that corner. That's
There was another video.
oh, he's got
of,
another one right there.
A guy asking him or something about Dinosaur Peak, and the guy with the hat, the red hat, turns around and you can hear it in the video. The guy with the red hat turns around and says, "Are you really gonna buy it for that much money? Because I don't feel like taking it out." I'm like, what? Just
I mean,
I video game royalty if you have that, I guess.
well,
That's-
no, I
that's
could
what
totally
you call it.
understand saying something like that. What's going on, Drake? Because if you think about it, if you took it out for everyone that's just like, oh, I just want to take a look at it, I just want to hold it. It's just like, I can't stop every 5-10 minutes just because someone
Oh,
wants to.
well,
Like, if you're serious about buying it, yeah. But and I'm sure that he's gotten it from several conventions, so he's like, I'm just gonna nip it in the bud right here. Not gonna do it. Not gonna pull it out.
I wonder what he was really looking for those games. Like if you really were gonna, have someone buy those games or whatever, or like if he was looking for a trade, or was it just he was just fishing for people to come by? Oh, like look, oh, this guy's got a lot of high end stuff. He's got high quality games.
The one that had that corner one that showed James Buster Douglas and Hagani. I've seen it for the last 4 SEGEs, I believe. So I don't.
Games?
No, those same games. Yeah, I don't think he's. I haven't seen the James Buster Douglas boxing. I think that's the first time he's had that one. But the other stuff, the prototypes and that stuff, he's had them the whole time. It's just, not everyone's. That's a very specific thing. And, I mean, it definitely gets eyeballs on the booth. Because you're like, oh, that's cool. But, I mean, apparently they had them on multiple corners, and I missed the others.
I was looking at them, and this is, I was telling you this is interesting. Pokemon. Floods of Pokemon. I must have counted in this alone. I think it's the Game Boy Advanced Emerald version with Rayquaza on it. I must have counted that about 17 times. Just floods of Pokemon stuff, which is nuts.
Oh, and I didn't get to look at any like the indie games in development. I think this was a card game that someone was showing off.
Yeah, you see the one in New York is nothing like this. It's small. It's in
Well, I mean, this
a
one
museum
is. Oh, we're almost at the end.
Friday.
This
Friday
is
asked me if I
like
wanted to go, and I said no.
2 to 3 times bigger than it was last year. And I'd say it was so big, like you couldn't find people. Like I wish I had thought about it and had a decent map of the area so I could have highlighted where I was. Like, come by my booth. Bloop, and then popped it up on the social media stuff. But yeah, that's a little look at. Oh, I forgot his name. The Aaron dude for
Cool.
his SEGE.
Cosplay contest. That's cool. Was there?
Yeah, I thought about if I had
there
time
were?
to mess around with that, but I did not. I mean, I got lots of compliments about the Robotnik cosplay because it looks good. I mean, it's the mustache is real, so that really sells it.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. Foxy tonight was playing Hitman, so if I ever wanted to go to one of those things, I would just get a printed barcode tattoo, put it on the back of my head, and just walk around in a suit and just be Hitman. I think that would just be.
But don't you have to
I've done
be in
that.
like a suit and tie?
Yeah, I've done that before. When I went to the Comic-Con years ago, I wore the Hitman costume and I had the barcode on the back of my head, and it was funny. And I had an old Super Soaker that I just sprayed black, and I would walk around. It was just walk around like that. It was funny though. I had a cut-off light gun from the NES, and I would have that like in my pocket or whatever it was, and it would just be, people were just looking at me like, oh, like a very easy cosplay to do because you have no hair. So I mean, it's like, hey, why not?
Yep. I mean, other than growing out the mustache, the Eggman Robotnik cosplay is pretty easy. I bought a jacket and I bought goggles and glasses. And then the black pants are just black pants that I wear all the time. And you get black shoes.
Now you got Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for PlayStation 2. That's crazy.
Yep, and I took it to the retro shop and got credit.
And what did they give you for it?
About what it's worth.
I think it was like 150 I looked up, 125, 150. That's pretty awesome though. You did it to the retro shop where you
Yeah, my local retro shop. So I'll probably go in there and pick up another Xbox 360 or something.
Yeah, if you gotta know, got about 150 for that. That game's nuts though. It's not a bad game. Were they happy to get it?
I mean, I guess. Because he was willing to take it. That was going to be part of a much bigger trade, but just stuff came up with that one. It didn't work out as well. Hmm?
You don't find that game too often.
Well, it's one that... It's a good game, so... Just like the Dreamcast version, people hold on to it.
Yeah, that's true. What did you get that in? A trade with the Legos?
Yeah. Because
That's awesome.
I traded the Lord of the Rings Lego ship, the...
Oh, that was a huge box.
Yep, the Millennium Falcon.
That was, that
Those
was
two
a
were
big
those two
box.
were really big boxes. So it was like it was good to get rid of some of the bigger boxes. Oh, let me see. I think I've got it. Actually, right here. Millennium Falcon, Lord of the Rings boat, the Fright Night Cave, the Scuttler from the Batman movie. Or actually, no, it was Justice League or whatever. And then the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi's Interceptor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All of that?
All that, but I got Zelda, I got Kirby Star Stacker. These are for Game Boy. Wario Land 3, Donkey Kong, Super Mario Deluxe, Kirby's Dream Land, Super Mario Land, Pokemon Gold, Super Mario Land 2, Lethal Enforcers Complete in the box for the Sega CD, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and then Game Boy Color that is, I think we called it Grape.
I really hope you didn't get rid of the Lethal Enforcers in the box.
No, I still got it, but I don't think I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm just gonna turn around and try and sell it.
That's an interesting one. Because you don't find that complete in box.
Yeah,
You
having
rarely-
it complete in box is the one thing that's kind of just like, eh. But if I could even trade that for a Genesis version complete in box. Well, I don't know if there's much of a price difference between the two.
There is a Genesis version of Lethal Enforcer. That's
Yeah.
right.
Because I bought that back in the day. And I went back and kept going back and forth between getting that for the Genesis and getting a Dogbone NES top loader.
Oh, the top loaders are cool. They're
Yeah.
expensive from what I've heard. Yeah, DW, I agree. Kirby's Dream Land for Game Boy is a win, and you probably Game Boy. You probably got Link's Awakening, or yeah, Link's Awakening. Depends if you got the black cartridge or if you got the normal gray cartridge. I don't think there's much of a difference between them. I don't even know why they came out with the black cartridge versus the gray cartridge either. But it was weird. Yeah, Kirby's Dream Land is a solid game. That is like a great game, Kirby's Dream Land. I think you made out better than the guy did with the Link.
Well, he had a ton of stuff, and he kept telling me, like, I'll give you more value.
Was he a Lego collector?
Yeah, well, he's got a Lego store.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they do. Lego store, damn. Yeah, that's why he wanted it.
Well, and like I said, he'd contact me. I need to email him. I'll email him tomorrow if I remember. To
Mail you stuff.
no, see if we can sell more, work out more. Because he had Fire Emblem 2, Golden Sun 2 in the box.
No.
Yeah, he didn't have the inserts, but he had the boxes and the manuals and the games.
Oh, even Golden Sun and Golden Sun 2? Those are solid games. Wow.
Yep. No, well, I mean, he kept telling me, he's like, hey, you could sell these on eBay and make your money quick. And I was like, yeah, but I don't really want to do that. I'm trying to get rid of some of this stuff.
Golden Sun, the manual, everything. It's about $115 on eBay.
Yeah. I mean, if I'd been willing to trade, I could have gotten a lot more of the Lego gone. But I was like,
You want to make the money.
I was trying to get rid of stuff. And even though I was going to get rid of big boxes to get little tiny boxes, comparatively, it's like, that's not what I'm trying to do. So I didn't really, like, did some, but not a bunch.
I've toyed with the idea about getting a Game Boy Advance and starting to collect for Game Boy.
Just get a GameCube and a Game Boy player.
I have that, actually.
That's all you need. That's why, like, I'm unsure if I want to keep the Game Boy Color in the box.
I don't see what the need.
Pretty much.
The need
It's
with
like, oh
this.
cool, I don't have a Game Boy Color. I've got a Game Boy that has a green shell, and then I got a Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy Advance SP, and then I've got a translucent purple Game Boy. So I don't really need the box thing. So yeah, that might be another one to turn around and sell. And even the Lethal Enforcers for the Sega CD, it's like,
I could see you keeping that if you had a Sega CD.
but
It's cool, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
The box looks great, but I mean, it's a cool piece. Definitely a cool piece, but I mean, I was hoping you were going to trade for a Sega CD Model 1. That would have been killer if you did that.
Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out. That one, like, I would have had to have gone to other booths and been like, hey, are you guys taking trades? I got a booth over here. I'm interested in that.
Really depends on, like, if people are looking for, I mean, like, this is what you have, this is...
Yep. It's also like, well, okay, what chance do you think there's somebody gonna come by and want to pay that price for your, Model 1 Sega CD, or can you make your money back, or a good portion of it, a lot quicker by having all of these, other games?
I saw how much they wanted for the Model 1. There were people that, they were there, 400, 450, in the box, Model 1, working. I think one guy wanted 375 for it. I was just like, that's insane.
I have no idea what they're even selling for. Because I stopped looking at those. I stopped looking at Nomads. I'd like to get a Nomad.
Oh yeah, Nomads are cool. Nomad.
Sometimes
Did
you
I ever
gotta
tell you
let go of it. True,
this-
but
Did I ever tell you this screwed
price
up
has to be
story
right.
about how I got my Nomad?
no.
So I got a spot bonus from work for about five years ago, and I had a Nomad, and I had the manual and I have the box. The Nomad somehow disappeared. I don't know where the hell it went, but I walked into the store, and the guy turned around. He must have been new, whatever it was, but they had the Nomad with the battery pack with the charger, the Genesis charger, for $150, and I was like, this can't be this can't be possible. I said, there's no way, and I left it, and I said to myself, if this Nomad is going to be there tomorrow, I am gonna drive as fast as I legally possibly can to go pick this damn thing up. So I drove there, went there, and the Nomad was still there, and it was $150. And I picked up the Nomad, I picked up the battery pack along with it, I got the Sega Genesis thing, the battery pack, not the plug-in to play the Nomad, and he even threw in like an extra controller. 2 weeks later I go back, because the guy says he was a Genesis collector, and I wanted to give him two Sega Saturn collector. I wanted to give him two Sega Saturn duplicates that I had. The guy wasn't there. When I asked, oh, where's the guy? They're like, oh, we got fired. The moron sold someone a Nomad for $150 when it was supposed to be more money.
Like, oh, that sucks.
I was like, oh, damn. Oh, okay. I was like, whoa. Oh, all right. I just walked out laughing.
But was it stickered at that price, or?
Yes, and he was supposed to redo the inventory, and he never did, apparently, from what I found out.
Oh.
It's not his fault.
Well, if he was supposed to be doing inventory and re-stickering stuff. But the thing is,
I felt bad for him.
that's kind of, like, I think it's kind of odd to have got rid of him because of that, because it's like, well, you still made your money, and obviously you paid less than that for it. It's like, yeah, you didn't make as much as you might have, but it's gone, so you got something.
Yeah.
Whereas before you just had something that you had something just taking up space. So it seems a bit harsh, but
The guy who runs now just letting you know, the guy who runs the stores here, he's a Nintendo World Championship like Nestor, but he's my generation's Nintendo like World Championship. I mean, he was because Nestor's older than I am, but and DW no jokes, but he's one of the Nintendo World Championship people, and so he's like, his store's like pristine. He comes out and, like, signs autographs for people, and Ken and Chris know him, the guy from Game On, and it's just they even think the guy's like full of hot air. So I could totally see why the guy would have got fired for the Nomad, just based off of the way the guy presents himself, as like, oh, I'm on Long Island, and I'm like, and he markets his stores like that, owned by a Nintendo World Championship, because there's stores here that they battle each other like all the time. Who's got the best arcade? Who's got the best? It just,
yeah.
That's why, like, when I was watching the video of SEGE and I saw that guy going through it, it really, from a different perspective, it really seemed very calm and chill. People were there, they were talking, they were asking about games. Here, when the convention that I went to, when I asked about a game, it was like people just got annoyed, angry, and it didn't seem like that. I mean, it was just very chill type of thing that people were doing.
I mean, you've got all kinds of people, and it's he's the Billy Mitchell of NES World Championship players or something. But I mean, up there's probably just a lot more competition. Like here, I say, that's Retro Raven. That's my local retro shop.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's not like there's a bunch to choose from. Like, there's other stores that might have retro video games, but that's not all they do. They'll do comics and action figures and all that other stuff, but Retro Raven, it's just gaming stuff. I'm trying to think if they got the Toys to Life stuff, but that's gaming related. Yeah, I don't think they sell gaming. They're gaming. That's it. That's their specialty. That's what they do.
I gotta say though, it's definitely different because there's a lot of competition out here. Oh, DW, it's pretty. When you next time if you see Ken and Chris,
Heavy. Too heavy for me.
and ask them about how bad it is on Long Island with the gaming stores. It's gross. Like it's gross. Katsune tells me all the time, I don't know why you're on Green Bay, and I'm like, dude, to be honest with you, when I walk into it, when I got they're not here, but I picked up Aero Blasters for PC Engine, and it was maybe like $40 online or whatever. I walked into a local video game store, he had Aero Blaster sitting there, just a hue card, and he wanted $175 for it, and I'm like, no way. No way. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. This is just a thing for people, I guess. That's the big question when it comes down to is when is that gonna, you know, start dropping? When are people gonna realize, oh, you know, I can't get this for this, this is too much for this, and I'm not gonna make my money off of it, and, you know, they start, you know, dropping out of the race with games and lower prices.
Well, problem is that all it takes is two people going after the same game to drive up the price. And if you have more than that, then you have more people pushing the price up. But the big thing, I mean, you can wait. If you can wait, you can get stuff for a good deal. I picked up a couple games for the 360 last week, the week before, and like got them, one of them for like $10 cheaper and the other one for like 30 or 40 bucks cheaper than what people were trying to sell it for.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna do a video of opening them up because they came in Friday, like the mailman came up and parked into the driveway as we were getting ready to head out the door and leave. So like we couldn't leave until they got out of the driveway anyways. So so I got those. I haven't opened them yet. I'm planning on just doing a video and talking about them and stuff. But both of them, they're ones that I want to play.
Did you get any games you were like excited about?
Well, I had the trade for Shining the Holy Ark.
That game is awesome.
Complete in box, long box, has the
foam.
The foam. It has everything. I'm like, I'm not a long box collector.
Nice.
And if the guy had come up with any other Saturn game, I probably would have been like, I don't care. But because it was a Shining Force game, I was like, okay, I'm kind of interested. And he had Double Dragon Blue Label for the Master System.
Oh.
So, yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, I can go for a Blue Label game. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
You got Shining Force and you got the Blue Label Double Dragon?
Yeah.
Nice. The Blue Label's nice. Wow, that's not a bad haul, actually. What did you trade that for him, though? What did you... I'm like, what did he want? I mean, for Shining Holy Ark, what did he want?
Actually, that one I took a picture of.
Shining Holy Ark was clean. That was a clean box.
Right, I had to make room on my phone, so I deleted a bunch of pictures. But I've got them uploaded to... Okay.
I do not
So, there's... Where are we going? There's Blue Label Double Dragon. It's not focusing. Sorry, I had a text.
Oh yeah, there it is.
But there it goes. Double Dragon, and he got...
That's a nice game. There it is.
So he got the SK1100 keyboard, the SJ300M in the box, and Fantasy Zone for the Mark III boxed.
Amy Fantasy Zone for the Mark III.
Yep, Fantasy Zone 2.
I wonder if he's a reseller. Who cares, really? You made out with the deal.
I think I did, because I mean those were both things that, like, it's like, okay, is someone actually going to be interested in those? I figured Southeast Gaming Exchange would have been a good place for someone to be interested in them. And I was not wrong.
I'm looking up.
So I think I came back with like 4 or 5 Master System games. I sold some of those, but like I was making people good deals. I was looking and just being like, most people wouldn't want to pay that much. I was like, okay, we'll just throw out a number. So I was ready to sell stuff.
I mean, that's really what it is. People are sick and tired of the prices, so they're going to go to people that are going to have deals.
I mean, everyone is generally just looking for good deals. And if you're patient, you know, you can get them.
Now, what's the difference between the one you just went to and Southern Fried Gaming Expo? Southern Fried Gaming Expo was huge, right?
It is big, and I mean, it's the free play arcade is a huge thing. Like the area that Southeast Game Exchange is in, they have SFGE has a arcade area, kind of maybe not that big, but 2/3 at least that size. So it's got a good amount of space in it with just arcades. And arcades and pinball.
That's all free too, right? Like you can go in.
It's included with your, basically it's included with the price of admission. They're all put on free play, so you can go in there and play. 3 or 4 years ago, Deephead Danny, At Home Dad Gamer, and Ted from Plays Guide all came down, and we played through X-Men. I think it was X-Men Arcade, 4 players. I mean, it's on free play, so you just keep going. And
I
then,
saw Deephead Danny streaming.
oh, is he streaming?
He was, yeah, I saw him streaming. I dropped in. I didn't say anything, but he was streaming. He's still streaming.
Yep. Well, he's just recently kicked that back up. So yeah, if you see him streaming, go give him a view. Tell him hey. But yeah, I mean, Southern Fried Gaming is about, to me, it's like playing games, because they don't have anywhere near the number of vendors that SEGE does. The SEGE has
more vendors.
like my booth was number 104.
Wow.
And there was over 200 booths.
That's a lot of vendors.
It was.
There were maybe about 30 vendors. Yeah, there were maybe about 30 vendors at the one I went to.
Yeah.
There were not a lot of vendors at all.
See if I can pull this up. Okay. Okay, so I've got the actually can't even see everything on the map.
Wow.
So there was 243. Yeah, 243. Because in the lower right hand corners where they had like the YouTubers and those kind of guests. Over in the green space. Oh, you can't see the green space. There, kinds. So
Wait, YouTubers? What
Down-
do you mean they have people there doing YouTube stuff?
no, people that are in that popular on YouTube for game collecting and stuff. They had them down there. Underneath that's
Oh,
a
you mean
panel room.
Mr. Rightway?
But he wasn't there. Like they had John Riggs was there. There's some other guys, Square Pegs.
Never heard of Square Peg before.
He's a cool one to watch if you're not watching him. You should go check him out. But then like the voice actors and stuff, they had that little green area for special guests. Okay, now you should be able to see it. The cosplay groups, Bounce House, Kid Corner. Yeah, there was a ton, and I was okay. Let's see here. Where's the entrance? I think this is the main entrance is right here. I was right here. I was number 104.
Yeah, it shows that you were near the entrance.
So out of 243. But I was here. Like the local retro shop, I think had these two, 114 and 129. 105 was empty. Yeah. Like as big as it is now, it's like, yeah, you need to make it 3 days so that you have enough time to actually stop and look at everything. Because I mean,
It's only 2 days now, right?
What was that?
It's only 2 days now,
Yeah,
right?
next year it's going to be 3 days.
That's crazy.
But they had a place for.
I'll be right back. I gotta run to the bathroom.
All right. Smash Brothers, some speedrun challenges, which was funny because one of the times when I had a break and I was walking around, they had, they were doing a Sonic 2 like speedrun challenge, and at that time when I walked over, and G to the Next Level was running that or helping to run that, but they were doing Sonic 2, and I was like, oh, so could I sign up and then just kill Sonic as fast as I can? And then just walk off? Be like, I win. I didn't do it, but I was like, would that be too much? But, yeah, just tons and tons and tons of booths. Like, how do you get through to see that much stuff? So it was kind of crazy. Yeah, next year will be 3 days. I won't be vending next year, so hopefully I'll be able to go and explore some of the booths. I'll probably try and take some stuff to trade if I'm going looking for anything specific. By then, I'm hoping that I have my Sega 8-bit stuff kind of organized, and I kind of want to do like a virtual museum tour of some of the Sega 8-bit stuff. But we will see how time goes with all of that. Oh. I didn't know they had a vendor list
I wonder if you see people. Do you see anyone there selling Game Boy, Game Boy Advance customs, like custom skins and stuff? Because I heard that's supposed to be pretty big at these shows.
I did not. I saw someone selling a modded Nomad. Nomad.
What, with the LCD screen?
Yeah. And I think
Oh, damn.
I think it had a rechargeable battery pack in it, and it had, I think it was like, had a SD card slot or something on it too.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. There's mine. The Wasroom collectibles. Oh, it's, what the freak? It just went poof. There it is. I was like, I don't have a store. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to call myself. I'm like, oh, it's all collectible stuff. So, yeah. And there was Retro Raven. Yeah, they had those two. Oh. I wonder if we can find out. 105. Pure Alchemy Soaps. Ooh, that would have smelt. So, might not be. That was the booth that was empty next to us, so maybe it's not a bad thing that it was empty.
Pure alchemy. I guess they were like, we're not going to be selling with this thing. I wonder if they paid for it. You said they did, right?
If you didn't, they said that they had a waiting list of like 30 or 40 people. So if somebody wasn't, so if somebody hadn't paid, they would have filled the slot as soon as they could. I'm guessing somebody paid and just didn't show up. But I think the inline booths were like $200. And the corner booth that I had was $350. And next year, a corner booth is going to be $500. That extra day, it was $150 apparently.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, are you gonna sell next year?
No. I sold enough of my games that I don't think it'd be worth it for me. Because a bunch of the other stuff just, it didn't sell well enough.
I don't even. You know, I was thinking about it today because I'm gonna go next year. I mean, it's a year off. It's better to plan for whatever it is. I don't even think I have anything to trade. If I went there to trade whatever it is, I don't think I have much.
You might come next year. I mean, you might decide, oh, well, you know what? This game I thought I really wanted, I don't. I mean, I'm hoping to get through some games so that I can get rid of stuff. Like I had pulled out some GameCube games to take and didn't. I mean, none of them are bangers or anything. But now maybe I have time to run through them and play them, and then just bloop, time for that one to go.
I've gotten rid of a lot throughout, like last year or whatever it is. I don't even know what I would do. I mean, even the Neo Geo stuff I have, I wouldn't. I mean, Dreamland. Little Nemo Dreamland. Complete box. I don't know. I would have to sit down. I'd have to like really look at stuff.
Yeah.
I have a problem with getting rid of stuff. So it like lines all my drawers, and I got games everywhere. Drawers behind me, drawers over here, all stuff over there. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know about a lot of stuff. Or having a lot of stuff. I've got too much.
You have way more stuff than I do.
Way too much stuff.
But yeah, you got the vendor stuff down. I mean, it is.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
awesome in itself.
I had fun. I got to talk with some people, not nearly as much as I would have liked. There was a couple times, like somebody that I was looking forward to meeting again and chatting with, like Square Pegs, drinking games with Josh. I didn't like. They came over to the booth and we were talking for a couple minutes, and then somebody else comes up and they're like, "Oh well, I'll catch up with you later." I was like, "Okay," and it happened again. So like, I didn't get to see him again. I should chit chat with him or anything. So I mean, that part sucks. But on the other hand, I've got to meet lots of people. There was the guy that brought in Shining the Holy Ark and the Blue Label Double Dragon came back and wanted, what was it? He wanted Beast Wars for the N64. And I showed him my want list, and so he went off and found one of the games, and we made a deal for the game and some cash for Beast Wars Transmetal. I told him, I was like, all right, this is I'm going to give you a SG 1000 Mark III knowledge discount, because he knew what they were. And
I guess he must have been really looking for the SG 1000.
He's just a collector that wanted some obscure stuff. That's what he collects. Because he was naming some stuff, I can't remember what it was. And I was like, wow, that's just crazy that you're going.
Obscure.
Yeah. Philly cheesesteak and fries for that. You could get a lot of Philly cheesesteaks and fries. Which Friday night I did get Philly cheesesteak and fries for dinner.
So now the hotel, oh well, obviously you stayed at like the hotel or whatever, but did they let you cherry pick on Friday when you were setting up, or was it Friday and Saturday, right, that it ran?
No, Friday was set up. Saturday and Sunday was what it ran.
So did they let you cherry pick or no?
Cherry pick what?
Like games you could walk around, trade with people before the show started, or?
Oh, I could have, yeah. But I didn't have the time to do that. But that's kind of like the deal that I made with the N64 titles that were left Sunday morning. Like a guy came over, and I guess his friend or somebody that was helping him at the convention came over and like looking for N64 stuff, and I said, well, what specific games are you looking for? And they had like a stack. I was like, well, if you get all of them, I'll give you a good deal. And so they went through and started pricing things out, and I showed them, like, I'd let people, look at the list. Like there's the N64 list, and just put down prices of stuff. And then I was like, all right, well, went through and put half of the actual value on them, added it up, but I mean, got rid of a bunch of games.
That's crazy. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was there, but man, it was like, when you look at it though, it was Pokemon, and I saw seas of Nintendo games, Nintendo carts. I mean, everywhere the videos that I looked at, the guy turned was Nintendo carts. I mean, there was, first of all, the video started off, and the guy says, okay, here's Golden Axe on Genesis, $55, complete in box for Golden Axe. I'm like, that's just insane. Then there was another video, the guy was looking around at those guys that had the high price games. They wanted $72 for Arcade Chameleon complete in box. That's what scares me about conventions, because eBay, you're just, people that have games that are just like, whatever, let's do this, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, Golden Axe for the Genesis is $52 complete in box according to Price Chart. So $55. The thing is, you got to wonder, okay, are the vendors priced for haggling? And I think most of them do. Or are they priced to sell? Most of them, I think, are priced to haggle. Like Beast Wars Transformers, I had it like $15 below value already. And people would try, well, what's the best you can do? Like I was like, I'm already $15 lower than eBay. You know, more than 10%. It's actually 15% lower than eBay. What else? What more do you want me to do?
Do you get a lot of people that try to haggle you?
No.
Your prices were good then.
The prices were good. Most people also don't like to haggle. They don't. And so, like, I would kind of do the haggling for them because I'm like trying to get bundles and stuff together for them. I'm like, okay, if you get all of those, we'll make you a better deal.
I could see that.
Like the bag of Genesis games, I think it was like 6 for $20, and they swapped out some of the games in it. I was like, that's fine. You can pick which ones you want, and I ended up throwing him in an extra game just for free because he had just started collecting for the Genesis, and I was like, you guys sound like you were interested. That might be something that he could play with the kids. So I was like, have the game. So I ended up doing 7 games for $25. But, you know, it's when it's going to what you feel is like a good home, it makes it easier. When you can, because you're not so worried about, like, I mean, part of it is you want to get as much money as you can, but the other part is, you know, you want to. It's nice if you feel like you help people out. Awaz ripped up the Business for Dummies book and started haggling himself. Well, I'd get it so that I'm like, hey, if you want. Well, actually, one guy came in and was looking at one PlayStation game, and let's say it was $15. Like, can you do any better? I was like, that's about the best I can do. But if you get these 3 or 4 other games, like I just pulled out 3 or 4 games, didn't even look up the price, and just pulled them out, threw them with them. I was like, if you get all of them, we could do $20 for all of them. I was like, I'll think about it. And I'm like, what? You got the one game that you were interested in. You get a few more games for the price, a little bit more than you were asking, and barely more than what my initial price was. I was just trying, at that point, I was just trying to sell games off. Because what I ended up doing was taking a bunch of games to the local shop up there, the Video Game Cavern, and trade them in so I could get Shining Force for the Sega Genesis, which has been shipped because it was still it started pouring rain like shortly after the convention ended, so it was still in the back of the owners, your general managers, your car or something. But we picked up several other games.
Shining Force for Genesis?
Yeah.
The original?
Yes, the original.
Wow.
I wanted.
I don't have any of those.
Well, like I used to have the original complete in box and loaned it to my friend's brother and never saw it again. But I was like, you know, I'm probably not going to get it complete in box because of the price, but the cartridge loose, I was like, $45, I can do that. I'm okay with that. But I picked up a Dreamcast game and some other stuff. They're in the other room. But
I'm still amazed that someone traded you Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
This was the guy who had the box full of games, and like he'd gone through different things that he was basically flipping, and he was trying to get out of the game stuff. He's just trying to get into the Lego, and so he And I don't even know how. I think like part of that deal came together because like the video game my local retro store was like, I'll give you this for these items. And so those ones already had like a value established or something. And he threw in the Game Gear or the Game Boy games, and that's when we did the trade for several Lego sets. Like I said, he had just the box for Metroid Fusion, and I was like, oh, I really don't need to start trying to collect boxes for stuff. And the box itself for Metroid Fusion was like $60. And I'm like,
Just the box alone?
Yep, just the box.
I mean, do you now? Here's the thing, because I'm looking at gold. Because I'm over here looking at Golden Sun. Because you said Golden Sun and you started. Because I had Golden Sun growing up, but I played the hell out of it and I loved it. So, like, do you collect boxes for Game Boy Advance, or do you just collect the cards and that's it?
Oh, I wish I'd remember. I actually have some boxes for Game Boy games and some Game Gear games, but I don't collect the cardboard boxes outside of the SG-1000 and the Mark III. Those are the only cardboard box games that I collect. Everything else is hard plastic. Even like the Genesis box games that I got when I was a kid. I don't remember how I got some extra cases or something, and I'd cut the cardboard up and put it in a regular clamshell so that I didn't have to slide the box in and out of the cart in and out of the box, so I could just open up the case and pull out the game.
Wow. It's stupid. The cardboard boxes are stupid. I mean, I collect... If it's a game I'm serious about, okay, you know, you have Saturn and certain series like Castlevania and, you know, Zelda, but, I mean, and Persona, but other than that, it's pretty dumb, the boxes.
Yep.
Angel Wings on 360.
Aegis Wings on 360 is what I got playing in the background. But the crap. I don't remember what I was gonna say. I got distracted.
I just think it's dumb. I think it's completely dumb to buy. I mean, there are people out there that have such nostalgia for the box that they have to. Like, I have all the box stuff for Castlevania, but that's only because I'm obsessed with Castlevania and Zelda too. But I mean, you know, I just don't understand. I don't see why people do that. Yeah, DW, if you look in the video, I'll send you the video that I sent Oaz. Dude, there's one table, and it is a sea, and I mean a sea of green Xbox 360 cases. And I'm like, geez, this guy probably has the conglomerate of Xbox 360 games at this convention. I have never seen that many Xbox 360 games in one area at that time. Like, that was just mind-blowing to see that on a video. And even the unique stuff that was at the convention, and I think I watched about 4 different videos, was just, it was nuts. I mean, even down to what really drew me into that was looking at the Astro Cities that they had set up. That right there was, you don't see an Astro City to begin with, and then to see an Astro City sitting there with the gray, I think it was like the green chair or the black chair stool that they had was just, I mean, that was it. I was like, oh, I have to. This convention looks great.
If you want to play games, Southern Pride is the one to go to, though, because they have lots of arcades and Astro City arcades and.
Oh, Astro City's beautiful. Those games are man, you get some great shooters on those, like Espeluna 2.
Yeah, I should have
they-
taken Mega Man in the box for Game Boy. No, I
Which
could have
Mega
taken the
Man is
box
it?
for Boulder Dash for the Game Boy Advance.
I wonder if that's expensive, the Mega Man. Oh wow, Boulder Dash.
I even still have the plastic bag. Put that on. But I mean, both of those, like Mega Man. Yeah, I'm not worried about having complete in box. I'm not sure I worry about having it loose. Complete it's $100, loose it's $20 according to price chart.
I don't know why people do that. It's a cardboard box. Like, who cares?
Because
Those
they
games are
do.
always gonna. Wow, those
They
games
care.
are always
That's
gonna
what-
Go down.
That's the difference.
Loose games are always going to go down.
What do you mean?
Loose. So when you get a game that's loose, I mean, you know, I haven't watched. I've been watching here and there retro prices and stuff, not as much as I used to. September I'll watch more because over the summer it's kind of like whatever. But a lot of the games that are loose, they're going down. People don't want loose. But it seems to me now the newest thing is complete box. No one wants just loose cartridges anymore. They're not looking for the loose cartridges.
The loose cartridges just don't hold the value
They don't.
that. But that's okay, because if you're really just interested in playing the game, the way to do that is with a loose cartridge, because it saves you a ton of money.
It's better.
It's a whole lot more affordable, usually. And like, if you don't care about region, then there's no... no hold with... maybe holding you back from playing games from a different region. Pick up whatever region you can that is cheaper.
And I'd rather do loose cards. I mean, to me, I'd rather do loose cards. I've always done loose cards, except if it's for the three, like those three systems. You know, those three genres of games I was talking about, either Zelda, Castlevania, or Persona. Other than that, I'm not. Genesis has to be complete box. There's no other one. Like it even bothers me I don't have Maze and Mutant Saga complete in box.
I think I saw that one complete in box for $150.
That's just stupid. That's just I don't.
That just depends on how you value it. Obviously, somebody else is valuing it at a higher price than you are.
I don't get that. The game's awesome. It's a pain in the ass. It's hard. It's a beautiful game. But no,
But see, that's why, you know, $60 is the most I pay for any game. One of the Xbox 360 games that I got right before we left, like on eBay, most people are trying to sell it for over $100 complete. I got it for a little bit less than 60 complete, including shipping and tax.
You didn't bring Buster Douglas, did you?
No,
Okay. I
But
guess
I-
you're probably gonna wait for that.
well, and I talked with the guy that I got it from on
He
Friday.
was there.
Yeah,
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah, he's there every year. At least since I started going. He was talking with him. I was like, yeah, I finally got the U.S. set and trying to figure out, what to do with some of the games. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to play them. And he's like, asked about James Buster Douglas. I'm like, I'm not sure because I've wondered about not worrying about having it case and manual and stuff. He's like, yeah, you could sell the case and get a good chunk of your money back. I was like, yeah, I hadn't thought about that one for James Buster Douglas. So if I actually wanted to keep it, I could do that. Keep the cart, but sell the box.
You could do that.
So I'm
You
gonna look
definitely
at
could
see
do
what's James Buster Douglas box and just the box.
Keep the card, sell the box. But I mean,
So the
that's
box
even more
box only
specific.
price is $400, $397.52. I may actually be able to ask for more than that. Just put it for like $500 to see if somebody buys it.
Who does that?
I'm wondering if that one that was in that glass case, if that was dang it. Was sealed. The sealed or new is about $2,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so but I mean they've got two new sold listings. I'm not sure how that number is 1,960 when one sold in 2014 for $770, one sold for 2015 for $600.
That's crazy. That is completely crazy.
And a box sold in February of 2023 for $450. I hadn't thought about that because I could sell the box.
I'm looking at Game Shark, just out of curiosity, for Game Boy Advance, right? And the Game Shark for Game Boy Advance is $150. It's just so stupid. I just don't. Is it? I mean, that much needed that you gotta, put that price. It's just dumb. Ooh, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. How much is he selling this for? And here we are looking up games.
Yep. So here's the one that sold, that was sealed, WATA 8.5 for $710. $515 for the cartridge, $400 for the cartridge.
Yeah, but is yours like complete?
No, I don't have the manual.
So it shouldn't matter.
And here's one that sold that's complete for $667.
It might be worth. Yo, DW, those cheating things are like, the discs themselves are worth like a lot of money. I mean, I have Game Shark and Pelican and all those things for PS1 and PS2, and they're worth like a good amount. It's disgusting. Like, just people will put anything on it.
I've got one for the PlayStation 2 and I couldn't sell it.
What, Game Shark?
Yeah. It's like version 3 Game Shark for the PlayStation 2, and like the retro place up there didn't want it. I don't know.
Whatever. But yeah,
Pretty
I mean,
much.
it seemed like you had a good time though.
Yeah, it was fun. Just I wish I had more time. And I mean, it was just a busy 3 days, and even yesterday wasn't much of a relaxation until even when we got home, because we had to unload everything. And then today I got everything upstairs from downstairs. So, although I was happy, I took a PlayStation 2 racing controller, and that sold. So that's
well, yeah, I mean,
gonna free up some space.
PlayStation 2, a lot of people get happy with that. They're always looking for PlayStation 2 stuff. I even look for PlayStation 2 stuff sometimes from here to there. I want the chainsaw controller from RE, but that I'm not.
Yeah, that one goes for crazy prices. And actually, the guy who bought the racing wheel, I gave him a racing game.
What, for PlayStation?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
here,
it's
I'll sit there digging through it, and as he was trying to walk away, I was like, here, have a racing game for it.
That's not bad.
Just have the disc.
But, we've been going an hour and 30.
Yeah. And we'll go for maybe another 10 minutes. I mean, did you have any questions, or anyone in chat have questions about the whole kit and caboodle, the ordeal? Not planning on doing it next year.
I definitely just thought it was awesome. It's a different experience. Like going to a convention here and then seeing those conventions there. Like I said, I think I close to watch about almost 2 hours worth of it. It's a completely different, totally. It's the same animal, but just completely different environments.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for sure. You didn't like, just even the games too. Like, did you see like 8-bit going down, or you didn't even have time to notice?
I didn't have time to look. I know there are some Master System games, but I couldn't even tell you what those were going for.
It's a different side of the vendor than it is with walking around and looking. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's like last year, Print and the Munchkin would go off and do something, and I would walk around the convention just looking at stuff. Obviously, they couldn't do that this year. We were there the entire, from before it opened to after it closed.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. And I'm looking
that's crazy.
forward to next year, just going and enjoying being there.
That's nuts.
These
Yeah,
new trade shows for computers are called computer fairs. I haven't heard that term in a long time. Computer fairs.
Computer fairs?
Yeah.
I haven't. They used to have those on college campus all the time. People were selling parts. People were, oh, here's my cartridge. Like, here's my card to repair the computer. Or, oh, you want like games? I'm selling these games. Or you want to do this? Or like, computer fairs used to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't rarely see them anymore. Rarely see them. LAN parties and stuff. You just don't see them anymore. Whatever.
It's sad but true.
No, a lot of the like just the computer stuff was great. I mean, I remember Duke Nukem when it came out, and everybody was like, "Oh, Duke Nukem, Duke Nukem!" And it was at a computer fair where they had people playing Duke Nukem and Doom racing tournaments, like who could speedrun Doom. Just crazy stuff. But whatever.
Pretty much.
So yeah, I think I've asked you enough. I'm gonna go back and watch more videos. But yeah, it seemed like a great. I mean, it did seem like a great time. Just it's very very different mindset from people when you're not dealing with people out in New York. It seems like more of a calmer situation. So
Yeah, it was pretty laid back, and like I don't remember. I don't remember anyone hearing anyone yell or anything like that. And it was just nice and chill.
But we're back Friday. I think we're gonna. I don't know what we're gonna play. Maybe you and I play Shining Holy Ark.
I gotta
Since
double
have it,
check
you and
that I don't have a baseball game on Friday.
Well, if you do, I think I'm probably gonna join Free Play Fridays this Friday. I don't know if Baron and I are doing anything tomorrow with the Monster Hunter thing. I mean, if you want to join us, you're more than welcome to. I think Roto might be there, but that's about it. I think. Oh, and another thing to tell you too. You might not know, but Credits and Continue has been put on hold until August.
So no show on Sunday night?
Nope, no show on Sundays anymore up until August.
Well, I know
guess
that the
Libby's traveling.
I think it's also wanted a break, and participation had started dwindling.
Yeah, whatever. Free Play Fridays, I'm excited about. I'm gonna jump on there, play some shmups, and then that's it really. Just Sundays is open now, I think, for whatever. That's it. I think it should be it. Let me see, I gotta stop looking at these games, but alright, I guess. Yeah, it's just crazy. Oh yeah, you would sell computer parts. Yeah, I mean, people would do that all the time. Kids would have power supplies, hard drives. Back then it was Western Digital. Oh man, you have like a 20 gig hard drive. Whoa, that's like, 30 gig hard drive. Oh, you got like 512 of RAM and 56K modems.
Oh.
They were selling at parts.
That and sound blasters.
Yup.
Sound cards.
Yup, with the speakers. That was a big thing. That was a big thing. That was huge. That was big. I remember that. Well, alright, I guess I'm done. I asked everything.
Yeah, Creative Labs Sound Blasters. Sound Blaster. I don't think we ever had a Sound Blaster sound card, but I always wanted one. But man, trying to configure your computer so you could actually hear the game, music, and sound effects at the same time. Yeah. We didn't have the best computer, so,
I called up and ordered a gateway on my parents' thing. I was just like, yeah, sure, bill it to the, and they would send the bill like good because before then it wasn't credit card over whatever. They would send a bill to the house, and I ordered like a gateway. I ordered the monitor. No, I ordered the gateway computer. I ordered speakers with it. I said I needed it for school, so it was like I think $300 or something. So yeah, they were pretty pissed about that. I think that year I didn't get a Christmas gift at all. It was just the computer.
You already got your Christmas gift.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, it was just the computer.
You got it for yourself, so.
They didn't know how to use. My parents didn't know how to use a computer. Well, whatever.
That's
oh yeah,
funny,
and
though.
I just default no. They're doing everyone's excited because they're doing retro achievements for GameCube.
I
Just
just
throw that out there.
don't care two licks about achievements.
That's... Everyone's gearing up for that. They're all excited.
Yeah, I saw a couple of those messages, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna rain on anybody's parade, but yeah, y'all have fun with playing games that you wouldn't normally play, and yeah, you'll play a game in a way that you hadn't tried before. Yeah, that can be fun, or you can go play a different game. But I think that's, when you're just emulating, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter that you're not playing games that you own. So there's none of that. Well, I need to move on so I can play these other games that I've paid money for. Or if you're emulating, it's like, well, I've got all these games and I can play them whenever I want. So there's no rush.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's no rush at all. They can just play. I mean, even Foxy's excited. Foxy's like, okay. So we'll see.
Oh, there's some great games on the GameCube, so I hope they have fun with them.
I don't know what Chibi Robo I think is one of them.
That one's expensive for the US system. I've got it.
Japanese.
Oh yeah, I've got a Japanese copy. Yeah. Right there. Blink.
Some of yours too heavy.
Yep, that's going to be it for us for tonight. DW, thanks for stopping in. D Tungsten, great to see you again. Everyone has a good night. Excuse me. And again, have a good night. Take care. Have fun. Be kind to one another. Stay safe. Keep it retro. God bless. We'll catch you all later.